Welcome. Today I'm doing a video on a quick chicken noodle soup. This is like my go-to chicken noodle soup. Every once in a while I'll use a whole chicken and boil it, but most of the time I'll use 2 pieces of chicken breast, like the big nice ones that you can buy, and all the ingredients that I'm going to show you, which is very simple. It's just carrot, celery, onion, a couple cloves of garlic, the chicken breast, salt, pepper. I like to put onion powder, garlic powder. That's just my preference. A good quality chicken broth. I'm using this one today. It's a bone broth. And olive oil, good quality olive oil. I'm using this one today. It was on sale. Usually I get ours from Greece, but it hasn't been imported yet. And like I said, I'm gonna put some, I don't know if I said it, but I'm gonna put some Kerrygold butter in there at the end when everything starts boiling and coming together. So for now, we're gonna get started. When you're preparing your soup, you want 2 parts onion, 1 part carrot, and 1 part celery. So like for instance, if you have half a cup of carrots, you want double that for your onions. You want a cup of onions, and you would want a half a cup of celery as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting this, and this is called mirepoix. It is basically the substance to every single thing you're gonna cook. If it's a soup, if it's a sauce, this ratio of 1 part carrot, 1 part celery, and 2 parts onion is gonna be the best ratio to give you the best flavor. It just all marries together in the pot and creates a beautiful, balanced flavor in any soup or any sauce, okay? Gravy, soup of any kind. So you're gonna go ahead and cut them. Not too big, not too small. I like my soup a little chunky. I don't know about you guys, but I like to taste the veggies in a chicken noodle soup. You can cut them however you want. I just went ahead and sliced these already, and to my liking for the sake of this video. And I'm chopping them like this. So we're gonna go ahead and saute everything together, the carrot, celery, and onion all at once. This is a quick soup, guys. I had on hand in the fridge already leftover onion, which was a sweet onion. Most of it was the Vidalia sweet onion, and then I had a little bit of red onion, so I threw that in there as well. So use your whatever onions you like. And we're just gonna cut the celery and do the same. And we're gonna just have that all be in the pot together, sauteing. Now another thing to know about when you're cooking something in general is you wanna add your seasoning in stages throughout the process of cooking something. So if you're cooking a big pot of anything, any kind of food, you want to season your vegetables when you're sauteing them. You want to season your meat when you add it. You want to season everything, okay? So don't go heavy on the seasoning every single time. Seasoning meaning salt and pepper most of the time. But you're gonna give a good amount to each thing that you season, because you want it to have those different pockets of flavor in your dish. You don't want it to just be bland and just one thing have flavor. You want everything to have a burst of flavor in it. So that's why we're gonna season everything as we're going along, because it helps bring out those flavors, especially the salt helps just bring out those flavors in the vegetables as they're sauteing, bring out the flavor in the meat as it's cooking. So you want to really season everything as you go. One thing I wanted to share in this video is that my parents both went to the Culinary Institute of America as I was growing up. So I have somewhat of a culinary background because I grew up in the kitchen, mostly with my dad. He was the one that specialized in soups and sauces and all that good stuff. So I get a lot of my skills from him, but I was so young, I wasn't allowed to touch a knife. I wasn't allowed to like do it myself. It was literally just by watching him and asking questions that I learned everything. We're not gonna put this yet. We're gonna save this until our veggies get nice and caramelized. So for now, we'll put that aside. We're sauteing this right now. And we want everything to get nice and sauteed. The salt actually brings the water out of the vegetables as well, out of all of the liquids. So we want a little bit of salt in there right now, a little bit of pepper, so we can start seasoning it. And for soup, you want it to be on the saltier side, especially if you're using no salt added chicken broth or anything like that to your soup. You want it to be a little bit more saltier. So we're gonna add that, and that's it for the veggies. Just some salt and pepper. So I have my pan on, my pot actually, on medium high heat. See how the onions are getting translucent? We want the onions to get see-through. That means see-through. They're starting to turn glossy and you're starting to see through them a little bit. That's good. You want them to get that way. Our carrots, we're not worried about cooking them now because they're gonna boil in the soup, at least for 20 minutes, okay? So your carrots are gonna get cooked once you add your liquids and stuff. They'll boil down. You just want those onions to get nice and caramelized because what happens when they do that is they get a sweet, beautiful flavor and they add such a decadence to your soup along with the butter that we're gonna add. So we see that this is happening to them. We want them to slightly get browned, but not too much. But keep in mind, I'm gonna add my chicken breast right to the pot. I'm gonna make a space for them and just move my veggies aside, add the chicken breast right in there and season it inside the pot. So we don't wanna cook these too much because we still gotta brown that chicken breast before we add our broth. Right now, it looks like a great time for me to add my garlic. This one lady had her baby this weekend and today's Monday, so I signed up on the email to bring food to her. So I'm excited about that. So this pot of soup will be going to her house. I'm gonna go drop it off after this video. So there you go. Now we're gonna just put our chicken breasts in. I'm gonna put them this side down. And then I'm gonna season them. So lots of pepper. Lots of salt. And I'm gonna put onion powder and garlic powder because I like that flavor on my chicken. Okay, and we are gonna take some tongs and kind of move them around. It's very fast. We're just browning them to lock in the juices before we add the broth. This is a process you don't want to skip, guys. It makes your chicken so delicious and juicy. Even though it's chicken breast, nobody will know. Like, it's the best flavor combination for soup. And then I even just throw the veggies right on top as they're browning underneath. Just like smother them in this garlic mirepoix. And then from here, we're gonna add some butter. And I have like probably a little bit less than 3 tablespoons here. Well, actually, no, I think that's like 3 or 4 tablespoons. We're gonna add that whole thing in, guys. I love butter, I love the flavor, and I really wanna woo this, this couple that had this baby. I think it would be just such a good thing when they taste this and realize how delicious it really is. They're gonna freak out. So that's that. Now I'm gonna add my chicken stock right now because my pan looks very hot and I don't want things to burn. I just wanted them brown, so let me hurry up and add that. And that's it, guys. Now you're gonna boil this for a good amount of time. And I'm gonna put water in this and add water as well. Let's see if that would be enough. Okay, so we're gonna bring this to a boil, and with that garlic powder and onion powder and the fresh garlic with the mirepoix, the carrot, celery, and onion, and that beautiful broth with that butter in there, it's just gonna be so decadent, silky deliciousness. Okay, so we're gonna put the top on this and cook it for about 20 minutes. So far, we let everything boil with the top on it, and now we are ready to take out our chicken. So we went ahead and took it out. I let it cool so it's nice and warm to the touch. I'm gonna go ahead and shred that, and I'll show you guys how to do it. And then in the meantime, while I'm shredding that, I'm gonna go ahead and add my orzo pasta. So I just wanna shoot down to the thing here. And I'm just gonna eyeball it. I'd say about 1 cup, but you guys give or take whatever you guys prefer. And I'm gonna go ahead and put my pan back on high because I did turn it down while it was boiling. It was more towards medium to medium low while I had the top on it and while I was cooking the chicken. So I'll just pour it in my hand so you can see. I'm gonna add 1 of these and 2 of these. Okay, so that's about a cup, maybe 3/4 of a cup, but I don't want to overcrowd the soup because we're boiling it right in the soup. It's gonna swell up, it's gonna become more gelatinous, the soup and stuff, because of the gluten. So we don't want to overcrowd the soup because once we add the chicken, it's gonna be a lot of food in this soup. So that's gonna go ahead and start boiling. As you can see, it already started. We're gonna set a timer for about 10 minutes. That's good. Okay, so our soup is boiling nicely. Also, I wanted to show you guys something else that's a little bit of, just adds a little bit of flavor. So I'm gonna put a little bit, I mean a dash of ginger into this soup when we're done. Once we get the chicken in there and everything, I'm just gonna add a dash of ginger and maybe a little bit more butter. And what that's gonna do is just make this a beautiful a beautiful soup. So notice that we're not boiling the pasta with the chicken in there because our chicken cooked enough. We don't want it to be too dry, and this is perfect, guys. Like it's juicy, it's mushy. This is exactly how we want it, because when you put it in the soup, it's just gonna fall apart nicely, and you're gonna get those nice pieces that you want in there. Some people like chunky chicken soup. Some people like their chicken soup shredded. Peter, my husband, loves his chicken shredded inside of soup. I really don't care. I just like a good chicken soup. I'm all about the broth when it comes to the soup. If the broth tastes delicious, then I think the soup is delicious. So this pasta's boiling away. And this is actually really good for your soup too because it gets it nice and concentrated. The more you boil your soup down, the better flavor you're gonna have. Now, I wanna show you exactly how much ginger I'm literally putting. Like not even a quarter teaspoon. That's probably like 1/8 of a teaspoon. It's a very little amount. Just gonna throw that right in. And it just gives it like such a beautiful like hint of something, and nobody can quite put their finger on it. By the way, if you don't want to miss any videos, when you go and hit subscribe, there's a little bell. If you just click that bell, you'll get notifications every time I let out another video. So we got 3 minutes left on the clock. We're gonna go ahead and add our chicken into the soup right now. So we have our chicken pieces. We're gonna just throw them right in. And we already see a color change in our broth because of the noodles we added. It looks more starchy and creamy looking, which is what we want to see. I'll bring the camera. As you can see, my noodles are nice and more prominent. You can see them in there now with the chicken. Let's bring a little spoonful. They're definitely more bigger now and swollen. And it just looks like a nice hearty soup all of a sudden. So we're gonna let that boil a little bit longer. If you're making any kind of sauce or soup, butter is your best friend. So put that butter in there. And that is a beautiful soup. And we'll turn it off now or put it on low. Okay guys, ready for the ultimate taste test? I mean, it's burning hot, but let's see. I haven't eaten all day. And there's my timer. It is finished. Oh my gosh. That little hint of a little pinch of ginger. It just makes it taste like the best chicken soup I've ever had. Oh my gosh, Catherine, come and taste this soup. I gotta show you how good it is. It's so kid friendly, guys, and it's so quick and easy. You don't have to boil a whole chicken and worry about bones. Look at this yellow broth, how beautiful and yellow this broth is. Oh my goodness, like, guys, you can't get much better than this. I don't know if you can even see how delicious this soup looks. It's amazing. It is amazing. Catherine, I want you to taste it, but it's gonna be hot. Let's point the camera a little bit down for Catherine.
Why?
Because I want to see your reaction.
It's good.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Do you taste any weird ginger or anything in it?
No, it's really good.
Oh my goodness, guys, it's very delicious. So, okay, try this recipe. Give me a like, put a thumbs up on this video. If you like this video, go ahead, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure you hit the bell so you can get the notifications every time I send out a video. And I will link the recipe down below in the descriptions box. And until then, like I said, leave me some comments on your favorite soup and what you do for your chicken noodle soup, because I feel like there's so many variations of chicken noodle soup, guys. All right, until next time, bye for now.